2, 1, click! Hola, amiga! ¿Cómo estás, Lauren?
Yeah, hi, Sheila.
Bienvenidos! ¿Qué pasa?
Okay, so just in case anyone thinks you've just gone totally insane, but you do sound slightly crazy, and I'm going to be honest, I have no idea what you just said to me. You could have just absolutely sworn at me and I wouldn't have had a clue.
Come on, Lauren, tell everyone where I am. Go ahead, tell them.
Welcome to episode 18 of the Lauren and Sheila show, where...
On location!
Yeah, one part of the podcast is in the cold, wind, grey, dreary United Kingdom, and the other half of the podcast is in Puerto Rico. Yeah.
I woke up to sunshine and forts from the 1700s and beautiful buildings and cobblestones and iguanas. And what'd you wake up to this morning?
I woke up to my furniture being blown across the balcony and the fence totally blown down.
Gale force winds, eh?
Literally, Gale is here and she's blowing a wind.
Well, look, you cannot be disgruntled the entire podcast, all right? It's episode 18. By now, you've got to just let it go, let it flow. Don't you remember?
Yeah, I remember. And actually, it can't be long till my holiday. I don't know how long.
4, 6, it's like 8 weeks. It's like 8 weeks.
So
yeah.
This is fine. Somewhere in between that, I've got to try and move house, though. So, jeez, nothing like throwing it all in at the same time, hey.
Your life is going to suck. But
Thanks.
it's going to suck, and then it's going to be great because then you get to go on holiday and it's all done.
Yes.
So don't you,
Well,
you work really hard and then you get a vacation. So it's actually, it pays off.
I know, but I don't think it'll all be done by that point because you know what I'm like. And even though it's not that old, the house, I'm going, well, we'll redo that. Yep, let's redo that. Let's have a new kitchen. Let's have a new bathroom. Yep. So it probably won't all be done.
Yeah.
And, somebody could go in and do it while I'm away, but I don't trust that they'll do it to my standards. So nobody's allowed in.
Can I just make up an extra sponsor today?
Go for it.
This episode's brought to you by Tourism for Puerto Rico. I feel like I should be the spokesperson for Puerto Rico because I talk about it so much. So can I tell you like where I've been and what we've been doing? It's been pretty amazing. Will you promise not to get disgruntled because people need to come to this place?
I promise to stay happy about the fact you're in the sunshine. Tell me about Puerto Rico.
Oh my gosh. It's funny story because God bless, within 10 minutes of getting out of the airport, we got into a car accident. So that should make you laugh a little bit, right? So
That's not laughing. When you messaged me, you just told me that you'd got in a car accident, and I'm like, hello, is everyone okay?
Oh my gosh. So yeah, 10 minutes after we leave the airport, we run into a couple from Asheville, North Carolina. So we decide to take a cab together because our hotels are literally a half a block away from each other. We're like, of course it is. Well, let's go, friends. Spend some time with Pat and Beth from Asheville, North Carolina. So we get in the car. We're talking about Carolina Beach, and stuff like that because they love Carolina Beach. And all of a sudden, we feel the car pop up on the left side and then hit a car, then hit the guardrails, then almost hit another car and end up slamming stop. And poor Mr. Pat just flew out of his seat. He's like, I should have worn my seatbelt. And
yes, you should have, Pat.
Everybody was fine, thank God. The poor driver, though, she was freaking out, and I'm just like, oh my God. We were worried about her because that's her livelihood, her car. If her car's wrecked, she can't work, So she was fine, and another cab driver ended up, one of her friends pulled up in front of her, and so we got out in the middle of the highway. And then we go down to another couple who was already in there from Chicago. They were staying down the street at the Serafina, so we stopped there, and I realized I don't have my wallet.
Oh my gosh.
I'm like, I realized my wallet was in my hand before the accident, and then obviously it's nowhere. Right. So I'm like, oh my God. So we had to go all the way back around to the highway, pass up the accident that we caused, that was still causing a major delay and back up, go all the way, sit in the traffic that we caused. When we got back to the van, it was already on a tow truck. I'm like, no, I'll never find my wallet, right? And the lady was looking for it because we called her. She couldn't find it anywhere. So I'm jumping in the car before the tow truck takes it off. And it flew and got wedged like under one of the seats. So I found it. So I was like, oh, thank Jesus. So then we had to get out of that traffic, then finally get to our hotel destination. We're like, bienvenidos, Puerto Rico, hey!
Hey, but although it sounds like you had like a bit of a traumatic start to the holiday.
It was an adventure.
The videos I've been receiving since are telling me that you're actually having a really lovely time. Because I get videos on a regular basis.
Yeah, you do. You get videos that I don't post on social media. They're just for you. I know.
Thanks. Just to make me feel a little bit worse that you're in the sunshine. Thanks for that. So let's tell everyone else all the fun stuff you've been up to.
So of course we spent time on the beach. We did a lot of exercise. Brent and I love to exercise. We did lots of running and went through different parks. Hit the beaches, and then yesterday we took a road trip. We met a girl named Stephanie who has the most beautiful dog. Don't tell Harley I said this, but one of the most beautiful dogs in the world. And the dog found me the day before. We were sitting al fresco right outside, and this dog just turns into the door and goes, hey. And I'm like, oh my God, you're the cutest thing I've ever seen. And I'm like, oh my God, cute dog. And then the next day I spot the dog across the street. And I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, is this the dog that I saw yesterday? She's like, yeah, it's the same dog. We started talking. Awesome chick, Stephanie from Boston. We start just shooting the breeze. We have so much in common. We're just walking down the street with her dog. Turns out it's a service dog. Cutest thing ever. She said, I'm going down to Isabella and the waterfalls as well tomorrow. Do you want to go? We're like, yeah. So we're like complete strangers, but we just like instantly bonded. So yesterday she picked us up at like around 8:30 in the morning, and we took off and we went to San Sebastian, where they have these waterfalls with the rope swings and rocks and cliffs you just jump off of. It was amazing. And so we did that. And then we went to Isabella, this little beach, small little community. Then we went to the surfing Mecca Rincon, which is where all the world, the awesome surfers hang out. And let me tell you, Surf Town, it's like the epitome of a surf town. I felt like when I walked into one of these beaches, they had like the beach house, one of the surfing bars. All I could think of was, dude, blonde, tan. It was just like, my God, everybody just looked like stereotypical surfer. Beautiful, I was like, oh, good Lord.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah, it was they were so pretty. Everybody was so pretty. And they're all American. It was just insane. Like all the American surfers, that's where they were. And so it was a really cool town. Yeah. And so we got to see the square where everybody hangs out, on the weekends and the weeknights, where everybody parties and everything. Cute beach town, Lauren. You would love that beach town.
Oh, so, nice. I need to come. You did say I need to visit Puerto Rico.
You have to. It's beautiful. So we ended up in Old San Juan last night, went into, it was La Cuerva del Mar. Now it's Cayo Caribe. And new name, but same great tacos. And they remembered us from last year. I said, my wedding party was here last year and we were late. The plane was late and then we made you guys late, but you were amazing. He goes, yeah, you were sitting right there. And I'm like, oh my God, I was sitting right there. And he hugged me. It was just, they remembered us from last year. It was amazing.
I did see that you'd put on social media, same fish tacos, same table, different name, because the restaurants change names. And also, by the way, happy 1 year anniversary, because you've had that now.
Yes.
You've been married a whole year.
Where did that time go?
It's absolutely mad.
We did give a little kisses to each other right on the spot where we got married. So we're going to do it again and take a picture. I'm like, we did it, babe. We did it.
We made a year. Oh, yeah.
And side note, I know this sounds stupid, but before our wedding last year, we were supposed to get married at the Red Door by the Banyan Tree, but they had a tidal wave the week before our wedding. And so that whole area was closed down. And when we saw it, it looked like the Banyan Tree was destroyed. It was gone because it was huge.
Yeah, I remember.
Well, we went running today and we discovered the Banyan Tree is growing again.
Hey.
It didn't die. We were like, oh my God, our tree. That's going to take a couple years to be huge again, but it's growing again and they saved the tree. So
amazing.
Excited. Yes.
So it sounds like you're having an amazing time.
Oh my gosh, this has been amazing. So I don't know. How about, should we get the show started?
Yeah, let's. Well, what I was thinking is
Yeah.
we like to start with a life hack.
Yes.
And since you're on holiday, I think it needs to be holiday life hacks.
Yeah, tell them the life hack that I did thanks to you, and I could find my bag in a breeze, like in a heartbeat.
Indeed. I love this one. Such a good idea. When you're going on holiday, you know when your case comes around the conveyor belt at the airport and you're like, is that mine? I don't know. Is that? I think mine's coming around. And you run around the conveyor belt to try and catch it and then realise it's not yours.
Yes.
Well, if you put a piece of ribbon, just tie like a bright coloured ribbon around the handle, you can identify it when that like pink polka dot ribbon or whatever colour you choose comes around the conveyor belt. You know that that's not the guy's next to you. That's yours with the pink girly ribbon on.
Your favorite color, your favorite Disney character, whatever it is, just put it on the handle and you can't miss it. And especially if you have a black suitcase, forget it. There's 10,000 black suitcases that go around a conveyor
I
belt.
think I'm going to treat myself to a new one this year.
Yes, hot pink.
I don't know. I'm more of a purple.
All right, we'll give you purple. I
Purple
love it.
kind of girl, I'm thinking. So I've got purple now, but it got ripped when I came to Wilmington for my wedding. So yeah, so
Gonna
need
have
to
to
invest
get a
in
new
one. But I've got a couple of others as well that I'm going to throw out there life hack wise while we're talking about holiday life hacks.
And we also discussed this one because I actually did it and it is so true. So I've already done it, so we can attest that this is actually a true thing. When you fly on a Tuesday or a Wednesday, it's way cheaper because we did our Puerto Rico vacation Wednesday to Wednesday. And boy, let me tell you, we saved a crap ton of money just on airfare. It was great.
And you know what? I'm quite happy to fly there because I do shift work. It doesn't affect me. So I'm not like I need to go Saturday to Saturday to only use 5 days holiday. So
That's right.
much of a better idea to go midweek to midweek.
Always. Now, I don't know if it's because it's international. America to the UK, believe it or not, a Thursday through a Monday seems to be the cheapest. And I don't know why. So I know it's different here. But every time I search UK flights, it seems like Thursday through Monday are the cheapest flights for me to come see you.
See, cheapest for me to get to Wilmington is normally Sunday to Sunday. I normally find are the cheaper ones. However, this time we're going Thursday to Thursday and not even flying into Wilmington because it was the most expensive.
Yeah, sorry.
So it was cheaper. It was cheaper this time to fly to Charleston and hire a car for 10 days and drive and have 5 days in Charleston first. It was cheaper to do that than even fly into Wilmington.
You're going to love Charleston. You are
I'm
absolutely... It's just, it might be your new favorite town. I mean, I know you love Wilmington.
Oh.
You will love Charleston. So, I mean, it doesn't have the nicest people like Wilmington, but it does have the charm.
Obviously.
Of course not. It does have its charm, though.
I'm so looking forward to it. It's going to be so good. Can I just say one more life hack before we move on?
Please.
One more life hack. If you're going away for a longer period of time, like when I went traveling in Australia and you need to fit more in your case, get the vacuum seal bags, put your clothes in one of them, vacuum seal it, and you can fit more in your case. And you know what? I did this when I went to Australia with a voiceover booth. I had like a box foam voiceover booth so that I could still do my radio and still do my voiceovers while I was in Australia. Vacuum packed it all. So all the acoustic foam was all vacuum packed. Got it in my case perfect. And then got stopped at customs for the weird looking microphone that was in my hand luggage. And they were like, what is this in your hand luggage? I was like, it's a microphone. They obviously thought it was something dodgy, so went the whole way through my bag. Because on the conveyor belt, when it went through, there was like a microphone and an amp thing that goes on the bottom of it. So yeah,
right.
questioned. But you know,
I wish you would have reminded me before we left because, oh my gosh, we really could have used this. We really could have used this life hack because it was a lot of stuff. Yeah, for sure.
And I'm sure you'll be on holiday again before we know it, on another Disney cruise or something. So save that one for next time.
Oh, yeah. So, yeah, there'll be plenty more podcasts on location, I can attest. I'll tell you that much.
I'm sure there will be. You on location, me in the UK. Brilliant. Thanks, Sheila.
All right, girl. I believe it's time for those useless facts, those little nuggets of information that we don't need to put in our brains, but somehow they will not get out.
Somehow I can't help but tell you one. And I've tried to keep it along the holiday line a little bit. See what I'm doing here?
I like the theme you got going on.
I know, right? So here we go. The reason why aeroplane food tastes really bad is that the environment on an aeroplane changes the way food and drink tastes. Apparently.
I don't think airplane food tastes that bad, but I don't get it very often.
Yeah, because you don't go far enough, I guess, do you?
When I went to the UK, you see, though, I didn't get, I don't know, I had chicken.
You must have got it on the way to the UK.
Yeah, it wasn't bad. It wasn't bad.
Oh, I am an absolute, if we were ranting and raving about this, I am an absolute ranter about airplane food. Just no.
And I normally, like, when I do fly, and say if I'll fly, like, to the West Coast or something, I'll have, like, a sandwich with me. I'll pick it up, like, at the airport. You know what I mean? I'll get like, a sub from Firehouse or whatever, or a salad, and then I'll take it with me on the plane. And then I'll eat it like halfway through the flight if it's like a 6-hour flight. So I don't eat their food, That
makes sense. I guess I probably go more long haul. So on all long haul flights, because I'm normally coming to the States, I always get airplane food and I can't deal with it. And if you go, have you been to see your brother? Isn't your brother in Abu Dhabi?
Yeah, it's a 17-hour flight.
And they normally... So have you had food on one of their flights?
No, I haven't been to Abu Dhabi yet.
Oh, what? How have you not been? You need to do that. But my problem was, we went that way when we went to Dubai. And because of the airline, it was Etihad, the food was actually, I think it was like a curry or something. Well, I'm the world's fussiest eater. I just want a piece of meat, some potato and some veg.
And it's got to be dry.
So like a curry, I was like, oh, this is not helping me one bit. Or everything comes in a sauce and you just, no, it just upsets me. Me and airplane food, I'm more excited once they've done the main meal and it's such a long haul flight that they bring like chalk ices round later on the flight.
And don't they have like the cheese and bread and crackers and grapes and stuff? Oh, God.
And then the salad... The salad you get is basically lettuce, a few shreds of carrot, and then just one random baby tomato in the middle of it. That's not a salad.
A baby what?
A baby tomato.
Oh, tomato. You do say tomato, don't you?
Tomato. Tomato. I don't know.
Oh, that's adorable.
So, yeah,
not only are you giving a random fact, you're also just giving it like we're just going right to the rant and rave. I feel like that's where it's already gone. We already passed the random fact. It's fine. I don't rant or rave about it because I don't really eat it very often. But when I do, like I said, food from the airport, I think I just have a more diverse palate than you do.
Yeah, you do. You literally do. Like when I went to the Maldives, and that's not airplane food. I've told you about the airplane food en route there, but when we got there, because obviously you're on an island, it's all fish related. Well, that did me no favours whatsoever. I had like the most boring dinner every night because it was a buffet and they did like speciality nights. So they did like, it's Italian night, it's Indian night, it's Caribbean night. That's not helping me. There wasn't an American night. I was waiting for a burger and chips. That never came.
Oh, man.
I know. Me and food, not a good combination.
Bad. How do we get you to like more food?
We don't. I try stuff and I just, it's not through lack of trying. I never even used to like flavoured crisps. It was plain crisps all the way. And then randomly one day I tried some roast chicken crisps and was like, oh my gosh, roast chicken crisps taste okay. And now I've got a little bit more adventurous, but nothing cheesy. Ugh. No.
No Cheetos. No Cheetos for Lauren.
No cheese, no butter, nothing. I'm so fussy, it's ridiculous.
All right, Lauren.
All right, Sheila.
I think it's time to step inside the confessional. I didn't break. Are you proud of me? I didn't break that time.
I'm so proud of you. I nearly broke.
Round of applause for myself.
Well done. Oh, I nearly broke and I held it together because it was going so well. I just felt proud of you.
Good job staying in character. All right, so what are we doing? What's up for grabs in the guilty pleasure department?
We should confess our holiday guilty pleasure. So what is it that when you go on holiday, you just have to do? What is that one thing? And it's acceptable. It's acceptable because you love it and you're on holiday and it's just, you're allowed.
Oh, easy. I'm working out.
I knew you were going to say that.
And it's not just me, it's Brent too. Running or being outdoors, exploring, like anything that's physical, we have to do it every day.
Do you know what? I knew you were going to say that because all I've seen is videos of you like sending me videos of you running and then like videoing like, oh, there's Brent running up ahead. Oh, look where we're running. And I'm like, what? You're on a holiday. And then you're like, hi, look, I'm in the outside gym. What? Like, what? How is that a holiday guilty pleasure? My guilty pleasure.
It's because, you know why? Because I don't feel like I move enough when I'm at home. So for us, when we go on holiday, we want to be so physically exhausted to the point we're starving, and then we're going to enjoy the best Puerto Rican food there is.
So basically,
you know what I
for
mean?
lunch after this podcast because you've already done your run.
Dude, he's so hangry right now. Like, we got to wrap this up. I'm serious. Like, we went forever. We went all over Old San Juan, all the way past. We went to El Morro twice. We went up the hill in the rain because it started raining. It was pretty awesome. Went through the city, then went round to the bottom, then the bottom of El Morro where we ran into, like, ironically enough, if people in Wilmington know the the band. Oh, I can't remember the name of his band. It's Eduardo Somek, Edward Somek's band, his Rasta band. We ran into his aunt randomly, as you do, and she's from Puerto Rico. We literally ran into her, and and then ran all the way back. So we went like 3 miles. Just back and forth, and kept stopping. It was great. I think it was more than 3 miles. I have to check my little speedometer thing.
But you're on holiday.
Yeah, that was so much fun.
But my guilty pleasure is I'm on holiday. Don't set an alarm. Don't get up and do anything because you don't have to. That is my absolute, like, going to bed at night and knowing that for the whole 10 days I'm in Wilmington and Charleston, I do not have to set an alarm. I can just, well, I'd probably do on the last day because got to be out of the apartment at 10 a.m. But I don't sleep that late anyway, so we won't have any issues there. But just going to bed, it's like such a, like, you feel naughty because you're not setting your alarm. And it's like, I don't even have to get up in the morning. This is so good. And you're like up and running. And I'm like, oh, you're making me feel bad.
You know, it's either you love it or you hate it because Brett and I are, thank God. I mean, we're married, so thank God we're the same way. We want to go out and explore and be out. I mean, in San Juan, anywhere in Puerto Rico, you don't want to be inside. You want to be outside in the most beautiful places. That's why we went to the waterfalls, the mountains. I mean, we went everywhere.
I don't mind exploring and being outside. I just don't want to run there.
Yeah, it's beautiful. I
just want to get a cab or walk casually. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but don't you feel like I don't feel right when I don't feel fit. You know what I mean?
I know, but it's just
it
10
feels
days
good.
I'll be on holiday. How good? 10 days, pure bliss. I don't have to. If I want to, I can. I'm good if I get the urge and think, you know what? I'm going to run down the river walk. Then I'm game for that. I try not to bring trainers to make sure I don't do that. But, you know, the option is there. I just boggled my mind. So, like, on purpose, you're not going to bring your trainers because you don't want to work out. Well, no, not on purpose, but normally I work on the assumption if I put a pair of trainers in, they take up quite a bit of space in my case. Yeah, that's why I wear them on the plane. Yeah. See, they don't go with my outfit quite often on the plane, so, you know, it's like real first world problems that I have to pack them. But then that means something less that I can bring back. And, you know, I love a bit of old Hobby Lobby, and now we're going to have a new house. I'm going to have to fit, like, stuff from my house in my case. You're going to have to just buy another suitcase and just take it with you. I know. You do love some Hobby Lobby. I do. They've got some, it's good price. Good stuff, good price. You're right. Kitting my house out before I come home. All right, so you want me to tell you something that's bad that I like as a guilty pleasure? Oh, go on then. There's something else. What does Sheila do that's bad? I don't know. It's probably not that bad, is it? Seriously. No, to counter the working out, I have got to have, because when we go on vacation, where do we always go? The Caribbean. We always go to the Caribbean. So no matter what island it is, I gotta have a pina colada. Oh, that's acceptable. You're on holiday. That's not like a guilty pleasure. That's like standard behavior. Yes, it is. You know how much sugar and like, oh my God, it's so bad for you, but it's fabulous. And I haven't had one yet. We're meeting our wedding minister, Pablo, tonight for a drink. Yeah, so he's popping over because he's doing a wedding at 5, so we're going to see him at 6, and we're going to go have a drink, and it's going to be in a huge coconut, and I'm going to finally get my pina colada here in Old San Juan. Makes me want to sing that song. You put the lime in the coconut. What? Or if you like pina colada. Yeah, I was going to say, I don't know what song you were just singing, the second one. If you like pina colada. That's what it makes me want to sing. Caught in the rain. And we did. We got caught in the rain today. What was the first one you started to try and sing there? You put the lime in the coconut and drink it all up. Didn't you see Practical Magic? No idea what you're talking about, but I like it anyway. Okay, Sandra Bullock
Nicole Kidman, Practical Magic.
Okay, I've seen that film.
Yeah. Okay, remember when they're in the kitchen and they're all kind of doing a little conga line dance around the island of the kitchen? That's the song. You put the lime in the coconut, you drink it all up.
Right then. Thanks for that.
All right, Lauren, while I'm already feeling good here on holiday in beautiful Viejo San Juan, tell me something bueno.
Okay, so I'm going to tell you something good for all the people that are not on holiday and need a little bit of something good right now. So this story is about a guy called Jason Gasparic. I think you pronounce his name. Apologies, Jason, if I'm getting this wrong right now. He spotted Roxy, who is a chocolate Labrador, when he was driving back home to his home in Charlotte, North Carolina.
Oh, local.
Yeah, I know. And this dog was in a real frantic state, and it took him and other people an hour to calm this dog down. And when they calmed the dog down, don't know why she was in such a state, probably because, she was lost and just panicking, and they managed to get the dog into the car, and he took the dog home and, like most people do, posted on social media to see if anyone had actually lost their dog and put it on community websites, etc., to see if anyone would come forward. He even took her to a 24-hour veterinary office to see if she was microchipped, but unfortunately, she wasn't.
No microchip.
No. When everything failed and he couldn't find Roxy's owner, he did the only thing that he could think to do. This is adorable.
Adopt him? Adopt him?
No, it's even better than that. He grabbed a piece of cardboard, a marker pen, and made a sign. And then for 3 hours, he stood on the corner of a local intersection with a sign reading, "Do you know this lost dog?" and then had loads of arrows pointing to the dog. How cute is that? He received so much attention from drivers, as you can imagine. I bet there was some serious horn hooting as people went past.
Yeah.
But when a photographer snapped a photo of him with the sign, they also posted it to social media, and his phone got flooded with messages for people. Now, meanwhile, a man named Ed was anxiously driving across town with his windows down, shouting Roxy's name in hopes that he would find his dog. I know. And Ed suffers from back problems and he can't walk very well. So after Roxy obviously went missing, the only thing he could do was get in his car and drive because he couldn't walk around to try and find her. And as fate would have it, Ed saw a woman walking her dog and asked her if she'd seen Roxy, and she had seen the social media post. So she checked with Ed that it was his dog, and then she sent a message to Jason saying that she'd found Roxy's companion.
Thank God.
I know. Jason met up with Ed in a parking lot, and Roxy was delighted to be reunited with his owner. And I love this as well. Even though he'd completed his rescue mission, he volunteered to walk Roxy because obviously Ed's got back problems.
Oh, now he's got a new friend.
I know. And, well, he could have some more friends because apparently he also mentioned that his social media photo had prompted quite a few women to ask him out on dates.
How do your stories end up like it's either a child or a dog, and then he ends up with a chick in the end?
I know, right? But apparently he said right now he needs to wait for the media frenzy to calm down before he considers getting involved with a woman.
Good call there, Jason. Good call. Excellent. Oh, man, what a great story.
I know. I love it. And actually, while we're talking about feel-good things, I have to say one other thing before we wrap this show up. Because I watched a new movie that's come out on Netflix, and I'm hoping you've got it in Netflix in America as well. It's an American film, so I'm imagining you would. But such a feel-good film. I watched it last night. Tears as well. Like emotional and feel-good all wrapped up in one. It's called Walk, Ride, Rodeo. And it's based on the true story, and I love a true story, of rider Amberly Snyder, who came back to riding in the rodeo after a devastating accident that left her paralyzed. Honestly.
What kind of, like a horse rider or a bull rider or what?
No, horse.
Okay.
Honestly, it is just the fact it's based on a true story, pure inspiration. Absolute inspiration. You have to watch it when you return from Puerto Rico and the sunshine. You need to watch Walk, ride, rodeo.
All right, that's something because we actually were looking for movies to watch actually before we go to bed. We love this apartment that we're rented in Old San Juan, but it doesn't have a TV, which I go, oh, you're clever. Yeah, so they don't want us. They want us to just embrace the community. And I'm like, you know what? That's good. I appreciate that. But we still have Netflix so that we put on our lap now before we go to bed. So
well, there you go. You need to see if it's on tonight.
Yeah,
have a look on Netflix. So feel good. There may be some tears because it's emotional, but I don't want to give too much away, but you have to watch it. It's such a good film.
All right, we're going to do it. All right, girl. Well, look, I got things to do. Viejo San Juan is calling my name. I got to get out of this apartment and into the streets, the most beautiful cobblestone streets of Puerto Rico.
You've got to get back to the sunshine and your pina coladas, right?
Oh, yeah.
I'm going back to my winter jacket in the rain, so thanks for joining me.
It's dark and dreary and gray and raining, and Gail has arrived to blow your furniture off your balcony.
I'm going back to that. So thank you for joining me from the beautiful Puerto Rico for another episode of the Lauren and Sheila Show.
Bye.
I love the fact you just did the bye. I love it.
Thanks for tuning in to the Lauren and Sheila Show. A new episode every Monday. Music was licensed by Ben Sound. Find our podcast on iTunes, Spotify, Stitcher, TuneIn, Apple Podcast, YouTube, and Google Play Music, and at LaurenandSheilaShow.com. Want to talk to us? Find us on Facebook at The Lauren and Sheila Show, on Twitter and Instagram at Lauren and Sheila. Leave all good comments on any of our social media platforms. All negative and hateful comments, you can send them right to hell. Want to become a new and improved amazing person? Sponsor our podcast. Email us at laurenandsheilashow@gmail.com. Thanks for tuning in as we ponder across the pond with The Lauren and Sheila Show.